The Monsters Playbook is an adventure podcast for grown-ups. It contains violence and profanity and deals with adult themes that may be uncomfortable for some listeners. Specific content warnings can be found in the episode's show notes. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the Monsters Playbook, an actual play Monster of the Week podcast that, yes, I really do write a new intro for each and every one of our episodes. I suppose I could use AI to save some time, but I don't, because I'm a professional. This week on the cover story, the crew has an extremely ambitious goal, but to achieve it, they'll have to go back into the Sea Kingdom. And you know what they say about the sea. But the good news is, they know an easy way to get back in. The bad news is, it's right in Rex Crook's office.
I'm John, and I play Mark Clayton.
I'm Lauren, and I play Kira and Anna Ashwood.
I'm Miah, and I play Theo Nessos.
I'm Jonny, I play literally everybody else. It's Heist Time, baby. So, following your adventure/misadventure at the Nessos house, you head back to one of your havens, the Clockwork Child. Anna now driving an ironically titled car.
I'm thinking.
It pleases me to imagine that as you pull up, Lincoln himself is actually up on a ladder, sitting on one of the steps, refreshing one of the murals with some paint. And he looks at your car pulling up and he goes, "Oh, you are fucking kidding me." Sees you getting out of it.
What do you think of my car?
Well, correction, it's not your car.
Let me have this one. What do you think of the car?
I think the 90s called and they want their car back.
Well, what does that say about you? I mean, they named it after you, right?
Wow.
It's like your namesake.
Mark shakes his head and walks in.
Anyway, we have some stuff we should probably prep for.
Theo holds her hand out for the keys.
Oh, fine. Hands it over. That's fun while it lasted.
It's vintage and expensive.
All right.
So now you're all in there. And roll call, I need to know what all NPCs are with you.
Yana, Catrell,
Donovan, Tommy, Lowry, Ramsey, Lincoln. Or Lincoln
The
Ramsey.
whole crew was there.
Yeah, none of Kira's Dawnbreak people are here, I don't think. I think she probably would have, last I checked, I think she was kind of having them maybe researching something. I can't remember.
Speaking of questions,
What are we going to do?
Beginning mystery rolls, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. Is this a new mystery?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so can we?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Ooh, Anna rolled a 15 for Divine Providence. 11 for Woman with the Plan. So she gets 2 holds.
Did you roll double ones?
2 bucks.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. All right. And then that's a 7 for whatever the sect one is called. Doesn't really have a move.
For those that didn't see what happened on camera, I blew on my dice. Don't do that to your dice. They don't like that.
Don't blow your dice. This is a public service announcement. I rolled a 12 for Stars Align, so I get 2 holds.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, this one's bad. I like this. I like
For
this.
who? For who? Bad for who?
Not me.
Not me.
I actually think Mark with a 2.
Oh, that's right. It means 2. Fuck.
Well, wait, it's plus weird. So what is that technically?
Like 5.
5. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not as bad.
Okay, so then with a 5, then it's done. I just want so badly for you to kind of not see anything. You will see the last part. How about that?
I don't know what that means, but okay.
We don't like that, so not about that.
Yeah, okay. So,
You put it out there.
and you gave the right answer, so that's true. It's canon now. So, Anna, you see the group of you. Well, not the group of you. Just you 4 plus Ramsey and Donovan. But the thing that you notice is, first of all, you are all gravely injured, sort of like blood running down Theo's face. Donovan is actually missing his left arm, and his jacket's been tied off hastily. And Ramsey's hair has gone totally colorless white. And you are walking through the dimness of the Dead Sea. And then out of the shadows, you can see 2 glowing orange eyes, and then Mark, this is the part where your vision starts. Stepping out of the darkness is a very suspiciously solid-looking Dockers, but he's not wearing a shirt, and his skinny arms and chest are covered in glowing orange runes of the sort that had been on someone else in the past. And he runs with inhuman speed towards you, Mark, puts his hand on your face and says, "Later." And then Mark is crushed to dust.
Oh,
Why Dockers? Get away from him. Get away from him. Were you talking about the runes that were like on Deacon once, or
Yeah.
what? Yeah. Okay.
and so does this happen as I'm just standing there? Like, or I like sit down for a moment and then I get hit with this?
I think it's absolutely just like that. So you like walk in, sit down, take a breath, and then whoosh.
So Dockers is in my head. Did he experience this too? Or is he...
No, it's your spooky power.
Hey, Dockers, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Mind if I send you a vision I just got?
Is that like one of your texties?
Wait, what did you call it? Texties?
I don't know, man. I never got one of your phones.
Sure. Yeah. It's basically it's one of the abilities that I've discovered that I have. This one involves you. And then I like transfer this to him and show him in full detail of him coming out of the darkness, having him walk out and basically destroy me with these glowing runes. Do you, I don't know. I'm blown away by this. You're not planning to kill me, are you?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
You know, I just kind of take life as it comes, man. But nah, we're cool.
Okay. All right.
Why? You planning on killing me?
No.
Too late.
Okay. Well, I need to prevent this from happening. So if you see any runes, stay away from them. Like you saw in this vision. Maybe I can find a way to protect you. I need to talk to some people first and see what we can do.
Sick.
I'm almost wondering if we keep him here.
Maybe we can put him in a skull.
I like this
Put him in
idea.
a skull?
Fangirl.
Yeah.
I did have a level up last time that I don't know if it would be useful in this scenario, but I took a level up for Anna. You can add, so she can add an option to her Haven, and she has kind of specialized options as part of her playbook. And one of them is Greenhorn Assistant. So your mentor has taken strides to make sure that you're able to keep your calm, and extensive mediation or other practices have been taught to help you clear your head for the times you need to. You also gain access to a small safe haven you and your mentor can share, and then you get to pick one of the options. And the one I'm interested in is Purifying Sanctuary. So what that reads is negative energy cannot enter this room, can be used to cleanse people and objects of psychically/spiritually induced status effects, such as possession, curses, etc. Keeper will tell you how long a patient's recovery is likely to take and if you need extra supplies or help. What I'm wondering is something already like affecting Dockers, or is this something that like would happen? Because if it's something that would happen, then I don't know, that maybe this wouldn't really be applicable. But if it's something that already has, we could put him here and maybe cleanse him.
I just don't know what would have already been.
Well, he's got the kind of the dead life situation going on too.
This is true. So yeah, I think at the vision that I get of that, where is everybody right now?
We're all at the Clockwork Child.
Okay, I'll withhold this for the time being till everyone settles. But then I will spill
the vision.
Yes, but then
Okay.
I will spill the beans. And not hold it secret.
Okay.
That's good.
Just pointing it out because I tend to keep those
Because I
things.
tend to do that.
Somebody's finally been watching CW shows and has learned that keeping dangerous information from people is bad.
Does Kira get something for her sect roll, by the way, Jonny?
Yes. What would you want from them? If you do it, you'll get some info or help, i.e., yeah, what would you want from them?
So I feel like, I mean, let me know what you guys think, but I feel like we could use more information about because I think Kira, the last time she was at Dawnbreak, she had read up a little bit about how like the king's connection to their kingdom works. And I think she's really interested in figuring out if there's a way to sever that connection. If they could maybe research that a little bit.
I like that.
And look into that more in depth, find information or a place where I could find more information to help us. Because I think you had said that, where it was like that connection is just like anything, it can be severed, but you have to figure out how to do that.
Okay, well then I have a commensurate mission for you.
Okay.
Because the person who would know the most about that would be someone who witnessed it being done before. And the best candidate that Verdigris has for who that might be is Thugamon,
Okay.
the missing prince of the sea.
Thugamon.
Oh boy.
He's back, baby.
Thugamon.
Catch the ball.
Thugamon witnessed this happening before with like his dad.
Yeah, because he was the only prince that wasn't killed.
Okay. Well, good thing we're going to go to the sea.
Also, real quick question. Did we talk about what the Star... Well, I was talking with Lauren about this in the car earlier. The Star King, like, was there something that he was interested in a long time ago? I know he's like dead to everything now and he's just bored. But like, was there something that he held on to in a long time ago that we had come across? I'm trying to remember that.
What do you mean by that?
What was he after when...
The turning point?
Yeah, what was the turning point? What was the thing that he was after previously?
Theo witnessed that.
Before he lost interest.
Yeah, the turning point that Theo had witnessed was where he knew that there was some renegade prince. There was someone who was going to usurp and kill the Sky King, threaten the whole nature of the order of things, and the Star King saw it happen and decided to, instead of warning anybody, just manipulate things because he could. So he put some pieces in place and saw to it that certain people got certain powers and actually wound up creating the riders, who were those guys in the Sky Kingdom. And that prince was assigned to go deal with them, and they killed him and created this kind of new status quo where the riders are this renegade criminal group that's wanted for para-regicide. But then he realized that all his meddling had done is just uphold the status quo. And so he felt like his sight was meaningless, and that even within the bonds of fate, he couldn't escape them.
I'm just kind of curious, would you say that he felt unappreciated? Or is that too far?
I would say he felt imprisoned.
Okay.
He could move the pieces of fate around, but he couldn't transcend the board.
Well, it was just interesting because I was like trying to figure out like why is he lost sight of that thing that he wanted a long time ago type of thing. And, you know, is it recognition that he's after or something like that, or validation of some kind that he doesn't see now because he's like, fuck everything. But like, is it a sense of, sorry, we're not doing talking with the characters right now, but anyway.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, my impression is that he feels shackled by his duty and he doesn't really want any part of it, less the recognition piece,
Okay.
right, Jonny? Unless I'm misinterpreting.
Yeah, the way, I think, like, philosophically, the way he had, I believe, had sort of explained it to Theo was that, like, a story that just keeps on going and going and going is literally without value. That it cannot be seen and appreciated for a thing at all until it ends. And this thing never seems to end. People live and die, but then they come here and then they go somewhere else. And then more people keep happening. And then all of this stuff happens there. And it just keeps happening. And I see it all. And it keeps going. And it's overwhelming and boring. So a story that doesn't end to him is without value. That's philosophically where he's at.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you all walk into the Clockwork Child.
Yes.
Anna has seen some things.
Mark has seen
some
some
things. Mark talked to Dockers. And there you are.
So I think as Anna's walking in after she's kind of like laughing about the whole like Lincoln car situation, she's like, yeah. And she hands Theo the keys and she's walking in and the vision hits her.
Yeah. And you like lean against the doorway.
Yeah. And she's like, oh.
Does Mark clock that?
I think it's probably about exactly the same time you have your vision.
We both just go,
I feel like Theo would be just like, Anna, are you okay? Mark!
Who do I help? I think, yeah, Anna like kind of reaches out maybe to Lowry or something. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck indeed. You go first.
Oh, migraine. I just saw us in there, the Sea Kingdom running away from something, and Donovan's arm was missing, and you, Ramsey, where your hair was all white.
Was Dockers there?
Yeah, but it wasn't. He didn't look like himself.
He had runes.
Yeah, like Deacon's runes.
So you saw the same thing.
They were glowing. Yeah.
Well, this is new.
They were exactly the same as Deacons?
Were they exactly the same as Deacon's?
Rory, a bad situation.
9.
They were smaller and there were a lot more of them.
But they were like of the same kind.
Same language. But like, I guess the composition of them was a bit different too, because they weren't tattoos. They were like etched onto his soul.
They were, I mean, the same type, I guess, but there was a lot more of them, and they were smaller than the deacons were.
And you saw him kill me, right?
Yeah. Something obviously got a hold of him. What was the thing with Deacon? The Reaper? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Did we ever figure out what the fuck was up with that?
No, been kind of busy with other things. I mean, maybe getting rid of the Reaper from Deacon sent it somewhere else, like, because we also saw it when we went to there in that dragon snake thing in the sky.
Lincoln, do you have any books here about the Reaper? Anything?
I might be able to ask my dad or Deacon about it.
Also, is there a way that we can protect Dockers from getting controlled like this?
I mean, my recommendation would maybe to have him not come with us, unfortunately, if something's going to try to get a hold of him.
Well, hold on a second. So, like, in the vision, he also was, like, not just in my mind. He was, like, a physical being.
Well, I mean, in there, that's where spirits go before they pass over.
Jonny, what does Lincoln Ramsey have books here in the Clockwork Child about there?
Is this a lore library?
It's not a lore library, but I know we do have books here, so I wouldn't get any bonus. But
We'll investigate a mystery.
I think Anna maybe is going to try to pull some off the shelves and be like, "Oh, I think there's some over here."
Do spirits that cross over manifest as a solid form on that side, or is there still kind of a spirit realm there?
Why don't you roll investigate a mystery, Mark Clayton?
8.
11.
Okay, Mark gets 2 questions. Anna gets 1. Theo, what do you want to do?
I mean, if we think that that's helpful, I'd want to talk to Deacon and ask him about, because I haven't gotten a chance to really get his answer and explanation of why he had all of those tattoos. Like, I was under the impression that someone forced him to, but it sounds like he chose to.
I might actually have a move for this, Jonny.
Mm-hmm.
It's not lore library, but I do have novice polymath, which is where if I consult when you consult your notes and books of study, you roll plus sharp. On a hit, the keeper will tell you a useful and specific piece of advice you found in your studies. Would that apply here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So she has a hit. So she gets some useful, specific piece of advice.
Okay. And then Mark, you get 2 questions.
Okay, so when spirits cross over from the overworld to, there, do spirits manifest as solid bodies there? Or is there a spirit realm in this that is beyond that?
Spirits manifest more or less as solid bodies there. Instead of like consulting books, Mark, you're like trying to piece back memories from your time before and what it was like there. Yeah, I think like the laws of physics kind of work a little bit different, such that, yeah, something that would on this side manifest as a spirit or a projection would on that side manifest as something more akin to something physical.
Gotcha. Okay.
And like you kind of remember back to when Lowry first came to this side in the form that he had been in there, he couldn't hack it.
Yeah. He like started like gasping for air.
I see. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't attuned to this type of existence.
Okay. That makes sense. But then Dockers was able to still manifest in my head as a...
Lowry had the same thing. Once he went inside and sort of more or less possessed someone, like... This is actually kind of an interesting avenue that I hadn't considered before, that like essentially each of you is a sort of miniature spirit realm. Consider your imagination as a physical space.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this weird kind of inception of inhabitable spaces. I see. All right.
Yes. And then you get one more question.
You could ask maybe like what's the best way to protect Dockers or prevent Dockers from going to there.
Let's do that. What is the best way to protect Dockers?
I think I will confirm your initial plan that if he stays here, that would be the best way to keep him safe from whatever would be over there. The twist being you will have to find a place for him.
Yeah. Could we keep him somewhere here in the Clockwork Child? Like in that space, maybe?
Maybe. Do you have a thing that can house a spirit?
So we've got the Purifying Sanctuary, which is kind of meant to like... here's what it says. Negative energy cannot enter this room. It can be used to cleanse people and objects of psychically or spiritually induced status effects such as possession or curses. So would kind of be like barring from anything like bad kind of.
That would be a place to keep him defended. He would need a place to like exist. Do you know what I mean? A thing to haunt.
I have an idea.
Could he go in Inico?
Oh my God.
I was going to say.
I was going to say, suggest Inako.
Either Inako or maybe like Yano.
Oh my god, what are the implications of being in Yano's head?
I mean, Theo was going to ask Yano about like how comfortable he is with going to there. Like, I don't know, I've gotten the vibe from Yano that Yano's a little spiritual and he doesn't like blood magic.
When we went to there before, he didn't want to come with us, I don't think, right?
I don't think so. With the Witchwood?
Yeah.
What if he was in Donovan's head?
Well, Donovan's going to come with us.
Oh, okay, fine.
Because, I mean, I adore Yano, but of all of the food chain of our NPCs.
So yeah, we could either do Yano if he wants to stay back. Otherwise, I would suggest maybe Inako.
That would be so fucking cute.
That would just be bros.
I would love to see that interaction, Jonny.
Yeah.
Inako and Dockers.
You would watch that TV show.
What does it smell like skunk in head?
There's also Lariat. That's true.
You look like a cartoon, but that's also real. So what's your final decision? Where are you? What's your...
Would it work to have him go in Inako?
It would be a roll.
Okay. For anyone or just for Inako?
Here's what I would say. Someone would have to willingly take him on, obviously. To put a human spirit inside not just an animal, a familiar animal that's already sort of bound with stuff, that would be a roll.
Okay.
Or if you had honestly, if you wanted to put him in a skull, I would let you roll to do that. Because there's absolutely no way that Lincoln does not have legit human remains here.
I kind of like the idea of putting him in a skull because, like, in Inako or Yano, like, someone could move. They could
be targeted or something, maybe.
Kind of, okay. Yeah. And, like, maybe with, like, if we do a skull, we can add, like, several layers of protection on top of it. Because, like, don't you have wards or whatever? You could do Anna, and then, like, Theo can maybe do, like, bar a place or portal to a specific person or type of creature.
There's protection spells on the Clockwork Child.
Yeah, I just, if we want to
double our efforts. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with the skull.
Security alarm, all that shit.
I think Anna would turn to Lincoln and be like, "You have that weird looking like Hamlet skull."
Wouldn't call it a Hamlet skull.
What would you call it? Whose skull is it? Is it somebody you killed? Oh, wait, don't tell me that. Could, I don't think there's statute of limitations on murder.
Oh, boy. What do you think? Okay.
So, yeah, she would ask for the skull. Can we borrow this?
Dockers, what do you think about this?
You want to put me in, on the Iron Maiden?
I mean, you'll have kind of a part of a body for a little bit.
Oh, boy. Mark, roll manipulate someone.
Fuck, that was a 6. I was trying to be positive, but it came out as kind of a... I was like, well, you have part of a body again.
Yeah, the part without a body.
It's just temporary, Dockers. We have to go do this thing, but we want to make sure that you're safe. And there's no safer place than here.
Look, I would hate to see something happen to you over there. We've come this far and stuff, and like it looks like something's controlling you, and I don't know how to protect you other than keeping you here.
Well, heck, man. What if something happens to you? You guys are nothing without me. Why are you laughing?
I mean, you are one of, the best.
You're one of us.
Yeah.
Got to keep you safe.
You're one of us. But
plus, you just got back your
gal
lady friend.
I want Mark to finish that sentence. One of the best what?
No, things have already been said.
You rolled a 6, Mark. Say it.
You're one of my best friends, man.
Mark.
I don't want to lose you. And, I don't know if I'm going to die. I'm not going to die over there. But, I see you being taken control of and advantage of, and that's something that I know could come true. So
we can prevent it.
This is one way we can prevent it from happening.
Wow, man. It's been a really long time since I've been able to say this, but... And he walks up to you in your Mindscape living room, puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, "You're a true down bro, Mark Clayton."
And I think Mark kind of looks down and nods a little bit.
Let's put my ass inside a skull.
Kind of random. Do we want to put Sonoma with him too? So he's not lonely?
I can keep him company.
Can we do that, Jonny?
Oh, that's cute.
Give him some private alone time.
Oh. Coming back to shacking up. Where is Sonoma now?
In Mark's head.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, can we do it? Or do we need another skull?
I think you need another skull. You can't put them both in the same skull, but there would be another skull.
All right, we'll grab another skull.
Okay.
All right, what do we need to do this?
Lincoln will sort of walk up, arms crossed. It's simple enough. Ghost Boy just has to, project the invading consciousness into the vessel.
Okay.
Try to breathe, kid, and claps you on the back. Don't miss.
Can Anna do something to help?
What would Anna do to help?
Because she knows a little bit about runes, especially lately with the spell that she was working on with Kira. I'm wondering if she could do some sort of rune on etching it on the skull or something.
Hell yeah.
To kind of be a focus to pull in the energy.
Tell me about the rune.
I think it's an energy rune.
Let me check something really quick.
What you looking up, Jonny?
The shape of the Chinese character that Anna is going to have to inscribe on the back of the skull. Sort of looks like a downward facing spiked sword, and then a curved sort of pole with an awning over what could generously be described as sort of a raised room, raised house.
Okay. Yeah, she would like to do that and help Mark if she can.
Well, then roll help out.
Okay.
And then Mark, roll plus weird.
9.
Anna rolled a 12 advanced move.
Well, shit. Okay. Goes great. Did you paint or etch it into the back of the skull?
I think maybe I would have used some sort of paint so that something that's not permanent, because I wouldn't want to damage the skull permanently. I'm being courteous. And I probably wouldn't hear the end of it from Lincoln Ramsey. So I think she has some sort of semi-permanent paint that can be eventually buffed out.
Okay. So then, Mark, you put both hands on either side of this skull and
All right, here we go.
breathe out this concentrated stream of green smoke. And then, inside the hollows of the eyes of this skull, kind of almost fill up first with shadow and go black as though there's a paper there or something. And then 2 little green candle lights pop up inside the sockets, and it clacks ever so slightly back and forth and goes, "Oh, whoa, this is legit weird."
Did it work?
I think so.
You look taller out here, man.
Is the jaw moving?
No.
Okay.
Just the little lights in the eyes. Sonoma's going to be another roll.
All right, next up, Sonoma.
Anna rolled a 9 to help out.
9.
So 10.
And the character for this one looks a bit more like a rudimentary house, a little
Oh yeah, a little
box.
house with 2 lines over it, kind
as
of
though
coming
it's a
down.
sloped roof, and then 2 sort of other lines, curved lines above that, looking a bit like a...
Apostrophes.
I would say the eyebrows from DreamWorks face, if that makes sense to you guys.
Yeah.
And then, same thing, Mark. You breathe out a line of purple smoke, and those eyes light up. This is surprisingly comfortable.
Fuck.
Oh man, Lincoln Ramsey could have so much fun with this. We could say that the store is haunted.
Store is haunted.
Really? By who?
Above your pay grade.
Hey, speaking of that, we should give me a pay bump. I mean, we can talk about it later.
Anna had a question from your...
Yes, I do.
She sure did. So if you recall, way back when you first encountered those tattoos on Deacon, Kira actually rolled Dark Past on it and remembered that there had been a being composed exclusively of floating runes that I believe had actually come out of the Infinite Hallway prior to it being closed. So the Reaper either is that or has some connection to that.
To the hallway.
To some other world.
But not necessarily there.
Right. And I think the rest of the story, what I want to tell you, is that they actually wound up defeating it. The only way they could defeat it was to send it away, and specifically to have it chase someone, a cultist who ultimately sacrificed themselves to do this, have it chase someone back to the place that it came from, at which point it preferred to go through back home over chasing and destroying.
Okay. Fun.
So make it go home.
I guess, is there anything that we do want to do before we head out? Because I think the next step is maybe to go try to track down that eye, right?
Yeah.
Another eye. My only question is where the fuck do we even look? I feel like Ro had given Kira some advice last time, but I don't know if I wrote it down. Oh, she said to follow the She said to follow the music. Never mind.
Yeah.
So we'll follow the music.
Can Theo... I think there's 3 things she wants to do. One, if we can put the skulls into Ramsey's safe, and then can Theo cast a magical effect to bar the safe from creatures of there?
What's the third thing you want to do?
Well, that's 1. 2, I think I either want to call or text Deacon. I think maybe just text to move shit along. And then I wanted to ask Yano if he wanted to stay or come with us.
Well, in order. It's easy enough to put the skulls in the safe. Use magic to bar it from a creature.
11.
Okay. Yeah, like all around each of the sides of the safe, it's like Greek sentences sort of shimmer into existence and then fade, but they're still there. What do you want to text to Deacon?
Do you have any information on the Reaper? That would be helpful. We might be facing them. Or we might be facing it.
Roll plus charm.
13. Advanced move.
So I think you're going to get back a series of texts that's going to be, what's a Reaper? And then, oh, that. Some dark tech that the brothers Vitalis hooked me up with, but they didn't call it a Reaper. They called it a Kurematos. Yeah, it was a little thing they had in some kind of crazy cage. They siphoned off its power and put some of it onto me.
Okay. Thank you. BTW. Thank you for earlier.
I'll say back. Yeah, don't make it be like this from now on.
Theo will find Yano. Is he fixing something in the Clockwork Child?
Almost certainly.
Anna's like, you see, I can only get this thing to open if I bust it like this and I bash the cash register.
Oh my gosh. She would. And it would totally be like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was imagining more that he had just sort of gone off on his own and taken all the books off a certain shelf and was kind of taking it off and raising or lowering one of the pegs so that it would sit a little bit better and just now putting the books back on the shelf. Sorella.
So I don't think that it's any kind of mystery that our next plan is to go to there. I wanted to ask you what you're comfortable with. Coming with us or staying?
So, OOC, Miah, in your heart of hearts, do you want Yano to come with you?
No. I'm afraid that he's gonna be someone that the Star King could use against us, against me, and I don't want to see him get hurt.
We'll manipulate someone.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. I saw the 1 and I was like, fuck! 10.
I think he'll finish putting the books back on the shelf and will sort of stand up and dust off his knees. I think I should stay here. La Fanciulla will not be able to go with you, and someone should look after her. She is very confused about many things. He means Catrell.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. She'll need somebody to look after her or take care of her while we're gone.
And you will have people to look after you already.
Yeah.
Waggles eyebrows.
Okay, well... Okay.
Are you okay?
I mean, I'm better and worse at the same time, if that is possible. I mean, the family's in shambles, but like in a good way. But we're gonna go face off.
I tracked what she was saying.
And
everything's ruined, but it's good.
And I mean, we're going to there to face a god that everybody but me really wants to end. And it's supposed to lay on our shoulders to fix it. But it already took a lot of energy and effort and emotion to just face my father. But what you said is true. I'm not alone. I have Kira and Anna and Mark.
And the others.
You mean like Donovan and Ramsey?
I think they are linked currently.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess they're unspoken. We'll be there and allies.
It's confusing to me, this one. Yano is from different generation.
Which one, Tommy? He's a werewolf.
I think
yes.
That's sure. That's what he was saying about.
So, yeah, Yano is going to stay explicitly to look after Catrell, but also basically to mind the shop, I think. And it won't be open, obviously, because he's customer service is not one of his skills.
Yeah, there's some like, are you going to buy anything? No, well then get out. Why are you here then? Just to look?
idiota. It's a store. You spend money.
Yeah.
And all, but also like the safe is here. Dockers is very important to all of you.
Okay. So is there anything else we need to do?
Mark slowly starts rotating a circle in the air to create a portal.
My question is there any way that we can fast track it to just the Sea Kingdom and not the Sky Kingdom? Because Kira was able to get us back from the Sea Kingdom to here once before. So I'm wondering if we could do that in reverse.
Do you remember where that spat you out?
Don't want to, but I do.
It was Crook's office.
And maybe from there.
I don't want to go to Rex's office.
Otherwise, you could go in through the sky and have the Bird Knight let you in through that monitored door.
Why don't you want to go to Rex's office?
Because wants to kill Kira.
Does he? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we've revealed that in the game yet, have we?
It's not explicitly.
Well, spoiler alert, that's why he came back.
I mean, I feel like we should go to Rex's just to fast track it and just be in the Sea Kingdom. We could always, I don't know, ask. We could always ask Samantha Clayton to distract him. I don't know. Or we just trap him in a force bubble and then just do our thing and then disappear.
So we want to try to go through Rex's office. I feel like this is going to be a horrible idea, but I kind of want to do it anyway.
So wait, let me get this straight as we're walking out the door. You want us to go where?
To Rex's office, because there was a portal to the Sea Kingdom that we were able to come out of from his office. So if we can go there, we can just fast track it directly to the Sea Kingdom and we won't have to go bypass through the Sky Kingdom.
It's kind of like if you want to buy a direct flight instead of having a bunch of layovers.
But don't you think we might have less problems if we just go there versus not going to Rex?
Except counterintuitively, this is like driving all the way to New Jersey so that you can get a direct flight.
I mean, we can take care of Rex. He's just one man.
Well, he has quite the entourage. Look, there's pros and cons to both. So I guess the question is, do we feel like speed is the expediency is what we're after? Or are we after the safest approach as possible?
I mean, counter argument. Would you rather deal with human problems or supernatural their problems?
Let's say cut to road trip. Fine. We'll go to Rex, but I won't like it.
I mean, none of us like him.
All right. On the record, Mark doesn't like it.
Mark it down.
Yeah. I don't like it either.
Theo's going to grab Anna real quick. I'm sorry.
What? About what?
About not listening to you before about how I should get that warding thing on me.
Oh, does it mean you've changed your mind?
No and yes.
I don't know where to put that.
I think that it'll help our cause. I mean, I think it'll help with the Star King not tracking us, but it doesn't change my mind on wanting to help him.
Well, it's not an either or situation here. I mean, you can do this and still help the Star King. It's just, if we do this, it prevents him from being able to stop us from helping him because he doesn't want to be helped. Have you ever thought about it that way?
No.
Well, I've been getting really good at tattoos if you decide you want to change your mind.
Well, this is me changing my mind, and do it before I change my mind again.
Okay, come over.
And Theo's just gonna hold out her right hand.
All right.
Well, not here. Come back inside.
Yeah, no, I can't just start cutting you in the middle of the street. Don't get some looks.
Really?
Anna will do that to Theo. And I think as she's kind of finishing it up, I know I'll have to roll, I assume. What do I need to roll? Is it weird?
You will roll plus weird. And can you remind me what this looks like and does?
If I recall, it was quite literally etching into the skin, runes that would, I think, essentially prevent the Star King, well, anybody from scrying on us. It was a kind of a permanent block. Silent skin, what we called it.
Do you remember how big it is?
I mean, it's not that big. It has to be large enough to to work. I can't remember where we'd put it on the rest of us, but I feel like Kira maybe had it somewhere on her back.
I think it was the back of your shoulders.
Yeah, I think she had it near her wings, kind of.
Because I feel if possible, Theo would maybe want it on her right arm, right forearm.
Okay. Is that your gray hand?
Yeah.
Is that also the arm that has the bangle?
Yeah, I think Theo put the bangle on the left hand because That feels like the family arm.
Aw.
Oh, that also sounds really bad.
This belongs to my family.
Anna, roll use magic. If at all possible, could you please miss?
It's a 10. So, and you wanted it on your you said your right, like arm?
Yes.
Right forearm.
Right forearm. Okay. So yeah, Anna will start kind of etching it in, and I think as she's kind of like she's really locked in and just focused on like trying to do a very good job, and she's like kind of I think she's like, okay, you can hold my hand if you want.
No, I'll be fine.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Theo, okay.
It is
Theo
extremely painful.
Theo has branded her hands, and she got the tattoos of the scimitars on her back. And she's had her ring finger cut off. I think she can handle.
This isn't just a tattoo. Like, I'm literally cutting your skin.
This is a scarification.
Yeah, it is extremely painful.
I'm sure it's. Yeah, I'm sure it's painful, but I don't think Theo shows much of it. If anything, it's like flinching.
Anna's doing this, and I think as like she's kind of close to finishing up, she'll be like, "You know why I got so upset with you?
Which time?
This time with the tattoo kind of
This
stuff.
now.
This time,
I don't want to say no, but not really.
even though Kira's my sister, I kind of think of you as one too. You're like my best friend, Theo. And the idea of something happening to you, something that I could have done to prevent something happening to you, it didn't sit very well with me.
Yeah, I feel the same way about you. And Kira.
Yeah.
I just really wanted to help him.
Okay, I'll support you. If you want to help him, I'll help you, but I just want to go on the record. I don't think he deserves you. All right, I'm almost done.
So we open back up, I think, with Theo lightly scratching her new scars. And you are, who's driving what? The most important question.
Are we still driving the Lincoln?
I can drive the Lincoln.
So okay, so how many of us? It's the four of us plus Tommy, Donovan, Lowry, and Lincoln, or is it Ramsey now?
Is there enough space in that car for all those people?
Well, if we take two cars, then we'll be fine.
Okay.
Jonny, is it Lincoln or Ramsey?
It's still Lincoln for now.
Okay, so yeah, there's 8 of us.
Okay.
Kira will drive her car.
Theo will drive the Lincoln.
Shotgun.
In the Lincoln?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Shotgun in the Lincoln.
Yeah, I think Kira would probably drive with Tommy and Donovan.
I think Anna would want to drive in the Lincoln and maybe sulk into the back seat,
Yeah, she's like, oh, come on.
having called shotgun too late.
Fine. She'll go sit in the back, I assume, with, is it Lincoln a 5-seater?
Oh, Lowry and Lincoln.
Yeah, because it would be like, well, I mean, Lincoln could also just sit in Kira's car.
I think Lincoln would, on principle, refuse to ride in the Lincoln.
So yeah, Lincoln, Donovan, and Tommy and Kira in their car.
I'm imagining Anna popping her eyebrows at Lincoln and be like, huh? Lincoln in a Lincoln?
You want to come sit in, Lincoln?
It's actually a really comfy ride.
And walk over to Kira's car, never breaking eye contact, open the door, and sidestep in.
I think I got him to smile. I think you can't see it, but he's smiling underneath.
I don't get it. It's a really nice car.
Yeah, it's just he just likes to give me shit.
Okay.
Driving there.
All right, I'm going to have Kira roll act under pressure, Theo roll help out.
Kira rolled a 10.
Theo rolled an 8.
That makes sense. So tell me of your approach. What's the move here?
I think the element of surprise is going to give us the most options out of this.
He does have a lot of security, so I'm a little concerned about us getting in unnoticed.
I mean, do we need to be in his office or do we just need to be like at the building? Because like if his office is in this like Sea Kingdom, what's to say that like, you know, doing it on the sidewalk outside of the building won't help or won't be like a close place?
Jonny, does Kira remember from like when she did this last time, the like tears in the fabric or something? Could she tell, was that like just a very localized tear or was it like much bigger?
Roll read about situation.
I think in the weave is how I described it. No, she doesn't. That's a failure.
You think it could work out here?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think we could try it out. I don't know, but it's worth giving it a shot.
Time works different over there. Why not space?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, like if anything, like I don't really know which way it would be better, like showing up unannounced or notifying him. But I think at the very least, if we show up unannounced, we shouldn't show up unannounced and blasting down his door. I don't know, maybe just showing up in his little outside the office and then just opening up the hole and jumping through and closing it behind us. I don't know. Or we could go the route of maybe he wants to come along.
I'm going home.
I have a hard time believing that.
I mean, like, okay. Hear me out. He doesn't want the bad future to come true, right? And I mean, from where we're standing, I mean, isn't the Star King the bad ending?
He's going to make that future not happen regardless with what he's planning to do.
Wait, the Star King or Rex? Who are we talking about?
The
now?
Star King. The Star King. If the Star King has his way, he will destroy everything and that future will never happen regardless of what we do. So
He's going to make sure all futures don't happen.
Well, what do you think with that? Would Rex be on our side or the Star King side?
it's hard to say.
The fact of the matter is we can't trust him to help us on this.
I mean, this is the same guy that was using life draining techniques to people for his own ends. He doesn't have a soul. I think he probably bargained it to the Star King or somebody in his realm.
That's the last thing we need to mess this all up.
He might be indebted to him. Could Kira use her monster empathy to see if there is something that she knows about Rex that could actually help here that might get through to him? Because I remember there was that like picture that she found of Rex, and I think that woman, she knows a little bit about what's going on with Rex. So could I roll?
Sure.
9. So I get to ask one question. Okay, I'm gonna do that one. What would distract Rex Crook?
That is a good question. I think a direct assault on one of his businesses or properties, or a lead up an extremely promising and seemingly short-term, sure thing answer to the soul question, or a confirmed sighting of Kira Ashwood.
I'm thinking, could we create either an illusion or of Kira to like have him chase that down, or could we just have Kira, and have Mark plan to teleport me into Rex's office?
That could work.
Can I like add to your idea? What if I like glamored Mark to look like Kira?
And then he just teleports directly there. That's probably safer.
Okay, so we would do that, have him drawn away, then we would go into the office. Mark would proof to us and then have to create the thing, right?
Kira can open it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I kind of wonder, like, if we all, except for Mark as Kira, go to there, can Mark poof from here to there?
No, he would have to go to the office, and then he would have to walk through the portal.
Okay.
But we could try that. I mean, if we can make somebody look like Kira, ideally Mark, because then he could just teleport directly to his office. So let's move forward with that plan. I like that plan.
Okay.
And Mark, let's open up the Mark phone so that we can stay in conversation, or Skynet, whatever.
Roger that. So sorry, run the plan one more time.
Agreed. I also need to know the plan in its entirety, front to back, now that you've decided.
So we are going to have Mark create a diversion as
Kira.
Yeah, we're going to glamour you to make you look like Kira, because we know that will distract Rex. Rex will hopefully come out of the building to come investigate it. And then as we see him leave, then the rest of us will sneak into the building to go inside. And then once he is well and truly away from the building and approaching you, then you teleport into the office with the rest of us.
I see.
Where we can open the portal to there and go to the Sea Kingdom.
I am just walking past the building to be displayed on security cameras and all that stuff, and alert the security guards.
Honestly, I kind of want to just leave it up to John to figure out how he gets the attention.
Yeah, I feel like he's on the lookout for Kira, so I don't even think you need to do much to draw his attention. I think you could literally just like walk into the building, look at the security camera, and walk out.
I think that's exactly what I'm in.
This building? You want to have the sighting be right here?
I don't like that he's asking. What if it's at the ability or where the soul silo is?
That's Nathaniel's place. Where is somewhere that he would be, where he would have security footage, I suppose, that's not here.
Roll investigate a mystery.
Thank you. 12 advanced move.
Okay, so the places that you could teleport to, ability would work. He was heavily involved in. He was invested in that. The olive oil factory, formerly run by Tower. The gambling riverboat known as the Captain's Lodge. There is a high-end condo building that is known to be owned by Olsen, who is one of the less savory of Rex's generals. I think there's a guns warehouse or two, but I don't think you know where any of them are. And then there's some of those drug slums Rex may or may not even be looking at.
I think my vote would honestly be for ability because Kira actually has actually been there
Yeah, I agree.
in recent memory, so it'd be more plausible that she would be there.
I agree.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess we could just drop Mark off there. That'd probably be easiest because you haven't been there, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so we would have to probably just drop Mark off on our way to Rex's if we could do that. I think Kira would describe like kind of the where in the building those like creatures were being held, because maybe like Kira could go and like check on them to make sure that they're still like there and contained. And then as soon as it starts to advance on the building,
The premises.
yeah, you could use your tune in or something too to like make sure that he's not like that you come at the right time or whatever.
I can also observe a place.
Yeah. But then we could just keep in contact with you, and then once the time is good, have you pop over to his office, and we'll open up a door to the Sea Kingdom.
It's gonna be great.
Show up, wait for him, wait till he gets moving, and then like making sure that use my telepathy to figure out where he is, just long enough for him to register where I am, and then jump out of there.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Here's how we play it. Miah inserts heist music. Theo, use magic to glamour. Roll that rote to glamour Mark to look like Kira.
Theo reaches into her backpack and pulls out a makeup compact and starts like one of the little like sponges, like putting it on like Mark's face, like foundation or whatever.
What is this stuff for?
Well, it's one of the components for the spell to make you look like Kira.
Okay.
I don't wear my lipstick like that.
Can I borrow your finger?
Okay. Mark puts his hand out.
He's gonna take out a large needle and like prick.
Whoa! What are you doing with that?
It's part of the spell.
Okay, but if killing me is part of the spell, I don't know if I want to go through with this.
I'm not killing you. I just need some blood.
Theo, roll manipulate someone.
5.
Yep, Mark, continue to be terrified of this.
Nope. There's got to be another way.
Theo slips the needle back into its case.
Wait, what? You're not going to do it, Mark?
No, I'll
We've hit our first roadblock, people.
Okay. I'll do it. Just does the needle have to be that long?
Why is Mark so afraid of needles?
Okay, I'll take the needle. Just tell me when it's done. Mark closes his eyes and puts his arm out.
Yeah, Theo's gonna 3 pricks.
Ow.
His finger.
No, it's literally 1, 2. Wait, ow.
One thing that as I've been looking at my rotes that I realize I should have been doing is that whenever one of my rotes requires the spilling of blood, either myself or the willing person takes 1 harm. So, Mark, take 1 harm.
Wow.
I thought it makes sense since I'm doing glamour on him.
So yeah, it is. I think you go prick and make a little teeny triangle of pinpricks on his finger, and then hold a hand over it, and then just 3 strings of blood just start flowing out, and then just kind of getting consumed and dissipated into this little vortex of energy in your outstretched hand.
You're not killing me, are you?
No, you're gonna be fine. What I think is Theo pulls this blood out of Mark, and then having it sort of float in the air, Theo wipes the little makeup pad through it. Theo's gonna rub it into Mark's cheeks, kind of blush, and maybe
just get some rouge on you.
This is my proposal, Jonny, because I rolled an 8, which means that it's more simple glamour. This might be the wrong way of simple, but I feel as Theo's rubbing this makeup sponge into Mark's cheeks, it in Cinderella, how when her dress appeared, it shimmered down or whatever. I kind of imagine it like that, where Kira's hair flows down, but it's a little bit too short. Instead of Kira's usual makeup, it's overly done makeup.
Her torso's a little bit too long.
It's too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like that. It's on closer inspection, he's still too tall. I think the hair is probably not going to be even the hardest part. It's I'm imagining it also much less glittery and glamorous. I think you put the rouge on his cheeks, and then
bad stage makeup.
As you brush it away, it's a different shape of cheek, and you apply some lipstick, and it's not you're putting on lipstick. It's it's changing to her mouth, but it's a little unorganized, and I do think yes, there is too much makeup, but the biggest problem is going to be in the body area. That he's still going to be too tall. The like curves of him won't quite match.
This mark is very flat.
Maybe we just stuff you a little.
But this is going to be the best that you can do.
How do I look?
I think that as Theo like flips down the like mirror from like the top and sort of like tries to turn it or move so that Mark can look at it, she's just gonna be like, just think Kira thoughts. Just Kira thoughts. What would Kira do?
I think Laura's in the backseat going, "You look great. You look really great."
All right, well, hopefully it works.
Mark looks down. He's like, "Well, this is different."
Just don't get weird.
There's enough steps in this fucking thing. Okay, so you drop off Mark and you are heading now to Rex's office proper. You pull up sort of a few blocks away, but you can still have a good sight.
To Lowry, Theo's gonna be like, but like, it looked like Kira. Like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And she like looks at him in the rearview mirror as she's driving. Like, it's like believable if you don't look hard enough.
Yeah, it was side-eye to Anna, fine.
I mean, you tell me the truth, right? If it was bad.
Do I look bad?
You're not here.
Oh.
Well, you do. You are on Mark's phone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you look bad from Mark.
It's not going to hold up on close inspection, but if he's viewing you over a camera, I think it might be passable.
We should like have like a girls' night sometime and like practice makeup.
Are you saying this to
Anna.
Kira or Anna? Okay.
Anna. Because I'm guessing she's shotgun now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, sure. Just we'll keep in contact with you, Mark.
Great, cool, thanks.
So we're gonna head to Rex's office, and I think we'll wait until we get there to have Mark kind of make his appearance, probably.
Okay.
My grand reveal.
Yes.
Your debut in the role of your life.
So Mark, Kira would have explained to you where in the building that you are going to be, where there is like stuff that you would probably she would realistically be looking at, so that you kind of know where to go and have a believable reason for being there.
Okay, so go to the left, take a right, pick up that file.
You just have to go down. Yeah.
Theo will explicitly say, though, do not go into the soul silo.
Don't worry, you're not going to be even close to it.
Okay, what does that do?
Don't
go there.
It. Then you won't have to worry about it.
Well, why'd you tell me about it?
You know what? We didn't mention it.
Well, now that you said something, I am worried about it.
I mentioned it because I love you and I don't want to lose you.
Aw. Okay.
So you guys all pull up to Rex's office. You give Mark the go-ahead. Mark, because this is a performance and you are trying to pull something off in this way, I am going to have you roll manipulate someone.
And Mark is going to strut out of the car. 8.
Okay.
This is going so good, guys.
Kira, I imagine like Kira being like, so like I kind of usually try to like walk like this and like
okay.
Mark like
doing it.
Puts his chest out really far and like shifts his shoulders.
No, I do not. I don't.
Waggles his hips.
Have you ever seen a woman walk before?
So I'm gonna go ahead and have you like. She showed you the vulnerable way in. She showed you the vulnerable way down. You are going to.
But I roll help out.
How would you help?
By giving him tips to like make it more believable to be Kira,
to be a woman,
and know where to go.
Okay, fine.
But I like the 8. It'd be great.
If you want to refuse my help, you can.
No, it's fine.
I rolled 13 advance.
Of course. I'll take the help.
Okay, well, with that in mind, what I will do is then just basically not require the additional weird roll that I was going to do, because Mark, I think you are aware of and, looking at the security cameras, which are now swiveling to look at you clearly manually. And you are at that point going to sort of broadcast out that sensation that you had wanted of, wait, that is Kira Ashwood, to fill in some blanks in anyone's mind.
I think
it's working.
The cameras are tracking.
Plan is afoot.
I think Mark is going to do his best to walk like Kira and kind of look around, check her phone, check the time, and then
in the like side by side of this, there's Mark like awkwardly sashaying around the room, and then it goes to the security footage that the guards are reviewing, and it's just a very natural Kira move by the time it hits there.
Just timed perfectly.
Yes. So yeah, then I think a like slightly blinking red light on the camera will maybe speed up just a bit after not too long, maybe an entire minute, you guys will see Rex escorted by two huge-looking, besuited goons be escorted into one of his cars and drive off.
Let's not leave just yet. How long does it take to get from Rex to ability? 10-minute drive?
At the speed they were going, it would probably be about 10 minutes, yeah.
You guys want me to divert my course to make it look like I'm heading somewhere else?
What you could do is you could just dip out of the camera's view and then teleport. Let's give it a few minutes so that he actually has to make some distance, and then I think we do it.
Roger that.
But we should maybe start sneaking in.
Yeah, go.
Real quick,
I don't like this.
you hear a hollow knock, knock, knock on the driver's side door.
I look.
Leaning down and to make eye contact with you is a guy with, hard to tell if it's nice because it's all so black that you can barely see it, his suit, and then his long stringy hair pulled mostly back into a loose ponytail, and he sort of makes the roll down your window circular gesture.
Theo rolls it down a little bit. Do you need directions for something?
I think you need directions away from here.
Is he an employee of Rex's or something? Or
I don't know if either of you would have met him because it's just Anna and Lowry in here. This is Mr. Hand. This is Rex's assistant.
We did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this a no parking zone? I didn't see any signs. And Theo looks up and down the street.
I'm not with the authorities, Miss Nessos. Is this official business? Official family business?
Did you have a business card that I could pass on to the family?
You need to leave. Now.
Kira is they're hearing all this because we're all tapped into Skynet, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Theo's just gonna roll up the window, just wave and turns the car on and drives.
Okay, then in that case, I think Kira, while that was happening, was maybe actually casing the building to see if there was maybe a way that they could fly up. There's a balcony or a door or something, or a window that's ajar that they could easily fly into. Can I redo that situation or something?
You sure can.
12 advanced.
Yeah, it's a warm day. I think there's a couple of higher level open windows on the street side and on the side that's sort of, facing an alley.
I think Kira over the whatever would be okay, I see a window a few floors up that I could fly us into if we wanted to just try to sneak in that way. It'd probably be easier than the front door, especially considering that Mr. Hand guy probably is keeping his eye on us.
Yeah, we're gonna want to move fast.
Theo, roll manipulate someone to pretend like you're leaving.
So that's gonna be an 11.
Theo goes around the corner a couple of times, feels reasonably sure that she's ducked out of sight. Now what?
I think the move is to have Kira try to ferry people up to the window.
Yeah.
Kira and Lowry.
Yeah, that's right. Lowry can fly too. Yeah, and just try to ferry people up as quickly as possible.
Hey guys, be careful. I mean, now that his bodyguard knows he probably is alerted of your guys' presence as well.
He's probably already alerted. I would give it another couple minutes, Mark, and then I would just vamp here.
Okay, sounds okay.
We're gonna fly in, and we're gonna make our way to the office. Meet up with us in 2 minutes. We'll give you the go ahead.
How unlikely would it be that my dad has a car cover in the trunk? Because this is a nice Lincoln. He wouldn't want it to get damaged.
It would be very likely, in fact.
Okay. As we were waiting for Kira to ferry us back and forth, Theo goes to the trunk, pulls out the car cover and throws it over the car.
Okay, I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
Good, thanks.
But I am gonna make Kira roll to ferry people up.
Is that act under pressure?
Yes.
Or what do you think? Okay.
Can I help out to keep an eye out?
No, you're putting the car cover on the car.
Fuck.
Okay, it's okay. 13. Just advanced.
Okay, so it doesn't take long because actually Donovan is helping as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck. We have so many people.
You're so quiet, Donovan.
Too many NPCs.
You haven't said one mean, snarky thing to me yet.
The day is still young.
Indeed. Okay, so you guys all get up there.
And Rex's office was it on the top floor?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we're how many? Halfway up or?
Probably a halfway up.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think we make our way to the stairscape or something.
And I think what it makes sense to do is to just have this be one act under pressure roll.
Yeah. Okay.
So who wants to roll it?
I mean, I have a +3 to it.
Yeah. Same with me and for Kira and Anna.
I think Kira should roll it.
Okay. 12 dance move.
Hell yeah. So yeah, you said Mark meet us in 2 minutes. It's 30 seconds to get it was 1 minute to get everybody up via the wings, and then you are just stealthily bolting up this sort of back stairway
Mm-hmm.
And then you like creak open the door, and then everybody like kind of walks through this little hall of cubicles up to the main door of Rex's office, and it's very heavy and wooden and really fancy. And you get into the office and you say, basically, Mark, we're in position.
We're here. Go time. Go time.
Okay, so like teleport now?
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
I don't have to wait. Okay.
Yesterday.
You're wasting time. Come on.
All right, I'm going to get outside of the view of the camera, and then I'm going to...
I'm going to have you roll act under pressure to get out of the view of the camera.
7.
Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Do you know what time it is, Lauren?
Heist time.
It's heist time.
It's also the 4th of July week.
Yeah, explosions, but the kind of us breaking into Rex Crook's office and going to there. Mark's gonna do great. I'm sure of it.
Of course.
But you know what we do know is great? Is these announcements.
Yes, we've got a couple of different announcements for you this week. First things first, for new episodes, we have, for folks over on our Patreon, a brand new episode of our NPC bonus episodes. Today, on your feed, you can go and listen to it right now, of our everybody's favorite handyman, Yano. So
Hey,
go and
it's
take
me,
a listen
Yano.
to that. And then, okay.
Yeah, not the best impression.
And then, as usual, our next episode of The Cover Story will be available in 2 weeks from now on July 16th. I also have a fun merch update for you because we actually just added a bunch of new merch designs from some of our retired Patreon merch. So now everybody can enjoy. There's a bunch of new retro Clockwork Child designs in various different colors. And because it's Redbubble, that means that you can put it on whatever merch item that you want. If you want to get a Clockwork Child clock, well, guess what? Now you can. There's also a fun Mark Clayton inspired Don't Talk to Me Until I Fed My Bird design, which is great for a coffee mug. And we've even got some executive producer merch designs and one of Jonny's many sayings as well. So at the time of recording this, there is currently a summer sale going on and you can get 30% off of apparel and accessories. So it's a great time to get yourself some swag. So head on over there if you feel like it. But until then, Miah, you have some reminders for us?
Yes, I do. But also, you know what we use our Don't Talk to Me Till I Fed My Bird mug for? We use it for cereal when we run out of bowls.
Oh, well, maybe you should get some bowls.
I know, we probably should. But that'll be a reminder for later. But a reminder for now for our listeners, if you want to show your support for the show, leave us a rating and review. You can leave it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your listening platform of choice. We would love to hear your thoughts and excitement about our show. We read all of the reviews. Tell your friends. Did you know that the best way to get our show noticed is by word of mouth? It is. You can also follow us on social media. We are on Twitter at Monster Playbook. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Blue Sky, and all the other socials as Monsters Playbook. You can also support us monetarily. You can subscribe to our Patreon for exclusive episodes, subscriber-only swag, and some sweet bloopers from our beloved Dockers. We also have the option of supporting us through the merch store and a Ko-fi page. If you like hanging out, come hang out with us on Discord. We talk about our podcast, we talk about video games, we talk about music, we discuss theories of what Jonny is going to do to our hunters, and we also just shared adorable photos of our pets. Lauren recently posted a picture of her adorable cat Charlie. We love our orange boys. The links to all of these things that I've mentioned can be found in this Direct Me profile in the episode show notes.
Our promo for this week is for Lizards and Locations, an actual play podcast made by nerds for nerds. Join the Lizards LGBTQIA+ cast and their token straight guy every Wednesday on YouTube, where they play a handful of one-shots and ongoing campaigns, including Strixhaven, Mass Effect, and Roots of Yggdrasil. Let's take a listen.
Hey there, this is John from Lizards and Locations.
And Cotton Candy.
We have a lot of campaigns we want you guys to check out, like Strixhaven, Syllabus of Shenanigans, Pillars of Creation, Roy, aka Roots of Yggdrasil, and Mass Effect, Broker Builder, corporate spy.
Ooh, sounds mysterious.
Kinda is, yeah. We also have one-shots. A lot of one-shots. We also have a little podcasting where we ramble. It's called Tap and Ramblings.
Whoa.
Where can you find us?
Oh my god, find us on Instagram, Mastodon, Hive, Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook. That's not what you meant to say.
It's not. No, I was actually saying, like, where can I see us? Where can you
Oh,
hear us?
find us on YouTube and Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts, like Podbean, Good Pods, I don't know, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, that stuff. Yeah, we also have a lot more content that we're going to be putting out through things like Patreon and Ko-fi.
Buy me a pizza.
That, sure. I'm making a whole new world called Dressinger,
Full of dressings?
full of dragons, but yeah, sure, we'll put that in the back pocket. When can they find us?
Oh my goodness, on a Wednesday in the middle of the week. That would be the third day of the third day?
There's no 10 days here, but that's regardless. Can we roll yet?
You can catch Lizards and Locations every Wednesday on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. I think it's back to double owl Mark. I don't know how to 007 Mark Clayton.
That was bad.
It was very bad.
It's time to get back.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So I think I'll just describe to you what the cameras see. They see Kira like walk into a dead spot between the cameras, so you can't see her anymore. And then in that dead spot, this like huge swirling mass of clouds appears. In cartoons, when a big group of people get into a fight,
It's just like a dirt clod is like in the air.
and then it dissipates. And Mark, you feel the distinct sense of a high amount of velocity suddenly coming to a sudden and violent halt. You are looking at all of your friends inside Rex's office, but you are looking at them from outside his window.
Oh.
And you are falling.
Okay, Kira dives after him.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
The window's not open in here.
Kira will burst through it then.
Roll act under pressure, Kira.
Oh boy, how high am I up?
Pretty high.
Oh my god,
12 advanced.
Jonny.
Why would you do that?
Teleport me out of my office once. Shame on me. Okay, I think it's going to be a pretty reinforced window, so I think you will have to, like, you have your axe back, yeah?
Yes,
Could Theo just blast it with her force?
I do. I was also gonna say, like, she just also is channeling, I think, the inner strength of Ember,
Ooh.
who is also with her, and I think she just like flash bombs through it.
In that case, it's one part shattering, but the edges of the glass are actually, like, hot and melting. Like, you burned your way
Singed
through it.
yeah.
And then you dive and just, like, grab Mark up underneath the armpits and swoop up.
I got you, Clayton. I got you.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh, good job. Good job. Oh, next time work on the aim.
I did. It didn't work.
I got you. I got you. Oh, and she starts flying back up.
Mark throws up.
Oh, it's
Oh,
here,
man.
Clayton. Oh,
Johnny, is there only one door in this room?
Yes.
Since Kira shattered this window, which I'm guessing has maybe sent to the office on alert, could
Likely.
Theo do a wall of force in front of the door?
Roll it.
10.
Okay.
okay. Kira gets back into the office, lands Mark down. All right, portal time. And I think she's going to try to start, like, feeling in the air, trying to reopen that portal that she had opened once before.
Okay.
Make you roll plus weird.
Can I roll help out?
Yes, you can.
I rolled a 7.
12.
So the good news is you will be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is not before the door flies open. At first, half a dozen armed guards will post up there. 2 of them will, like, make as if to charge into the room and crash dead into Theo's force field. And, like, kind of look up at it.
Theo's definitely like holding her hands out.
All right, go, everybody in.
And they'll, like, look up and around at it, like, confused.
Theo's holding it, backing away,
Like a
falling.
cat that ran into a door. Like,
Those 2 will go down on one knee. 2 behind them will post up above their heads, and all 4 will open fire on the force field.
I am holding it as soon as I think like Theo would be one of the last ones. Who would be the other last one?
Kira, because she would probably try to close it behind. As she's
Because I feel like Theo is like holding the force like wall, and Theo's like backing up, and then she would like meet Kira, and Kira would put like an arm on her shoulder, and Theo would be just like, "Hey, sorry, we'll catch you like next time. Bye." And, like,
You'll thank us later.
falls like backwards into like the hole.
Yeah, and then as soon as everybody else is through, then Kira's gonna try to step back and close it.
Mark immediately says after stepping through the portal, we're safe.
Well, hang on.
Hang on.
It's not that easy. Is it ever that easy?
Kira, one more weird roll.
10, because I get a +1 from using magic.
So you guys all jump into this hole. Kira, you close it shut just as these bullets kind of go whizzing past, and you're almost like surprised and disoriented that you don't hear them going past you, because they're not going past you. They're going into the wall in Rex's office, where you aren't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Where you are is an alarming elevation off the ground.
Oh, that giant statue, right?
Yeah, in this, on the statue's like kind of like shoulders or hands or something. I
Basically,
can't remember.
Yeah.
I feel like Mark has to catch Theo to prevent her from falling.
Absolutely,
because Theo
you definitely
like
stepped in without
fell.
looking.
Yeah, I already said I was at the door. And I was be like,
Mark, roll act under pressure.
Oh shit!
Why
I've got
trying
you.
to keep falling?
11.
Okay. So the way I was trying to describe this anyway, I still want it to be that is Theo's like backing up and being like, sorry about this, we'll be back later, I'm sorry, apologies, or whatever clever thing you were saying. Mark's arms just wrapped around your waist and pulled you back.
I got you.
And he's like, you were going to miss it. You're standing like on the edge of the thumb of this statue's outstretched hand.
Thanks for not letting me fall.
Thanks. Yeah. No problem.
Thanks for not letting me fall. Thanks for thanking me.
Kind of imagine like Kira shutting the portal and then just like immediately just like sitting down.
I think Mark is still a little stunned that he just fell like 12 stories.
Yeah, I think she's gonna just like a lot just happened in the last like 60 seconds.
And I'm also still a little
My friend Mark almost fell.
I'm also a little
got shot
post
at.
throw up right now, so I'm like a little.
I'm really sorry, but I feel like Theo would just be like, "That was fun."
I think Anna's like, right?
Yeah, high five.
If this is your definition of fun, we need to talk.
So Theo peers down the statue. Donovan and Kira play ferryman again?
And Lowry. Partner up.
I call Kira.
Oh, I was going to say Kira's taking Tommy.
No. You can go first. Totally. You have dibs first. You always have dibs first. Sorry, Tommy. Actually, Mark could... Well, maybe we shouldn't risk teleporting down there.
Yeah. We'll just go one at a time. It's fine.
In the commotion, I should note, Lincoln Ramsey is now Ramsey Lincoln. And up here this high, she goes, oh, don't worry about me. This way's a lot easier. And just jumps off the statue's hand.
Screams, what?
You see there's just like faint sparkling glow on her shoes, and she like falls slower and slower the closer she gets to the ground.
I think Anna was like leaning over the edge, like, oh, she's fine. Okay.
Wait. So I needed to fall again?
No, we're gonna fly you down. We're gonna fly you down. Just have your brother or Donovan take you down, and Kira will. I think we'll start with Tommy and we'll bring Tommy down.
I think Donovan might hear that and be like, and grab Theo.
Is it something I said?
I feel like in Donovan's arms, Theo would try to be almost as far away from him as possible. Like
the most awkward hug.
Yeah, you get. I think you get the same vibe from him that he's like, oh, I forgot in the moment that I am also consistently annoyed with you.
like maybe Theo's the better of two evils, the lesser of two evils.
You smell less like vomit, at least.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so you guys get down.
Wait, how did I get down? Did Lowry took?
Lowry took you.
Thanks, bro.
Kira grabbed Tommy, and then Donovan grabbed Theo. Ramsey flew down. Kira would have went back up and probably grabbed Anna, and then Lowry would have grabbed Mark.
Yeah.
So
while we are doing this whole fairy thing, could Theo use magic on Mark and herself to heal one harm each?
Sure, roll it.
13.
I will allow that to ride. That will heal you both.
Cool. So just one John. I kind of like this idea that Theo like takes Mark's hand and like rubs her thumb over it, and it's kind of like icy hot, and like it heals, and then she like kisses your thumb or your finger.
Meh.
It feels better.
Oh god, I'm still coming down from that. Still coming down from that little mini heist. That was fun.
Yeah!
All right. Anyway, the mission is to follow the music and find the eye.
Does anybody hear any music?
I mean, I know where I saw him last time. I could probably try to work our way back to where he was, but kind of a big area to search.
Well, should we call our good old friend,
The charming coachman?
Charming Coachman? Yeah.
Yeah.
How would we call him? Excuse me, Coachman! Anna starts shouting.
Didn't last time Theo try to reach out to him?
We did, but I don't think
He came eventually.
it was the very, very end of this session. I think he finally arrived.
Should I try to reach out?
Can I try and observe him? See who gets there first.
Yeah, why don't you both roll weird?
What'd you get, Theo?
What'd you get, Mark?
I got a hot 13.
I got a 15, motherfucker.
Fuck!
Actually, 16. Because it's an advanced thingy of mine.
Okay. So Theo, first. Aw, never really occurred to me what the charming coachman would do on his time off. But he has parked the coach underneath the shade of a tree in the sky, and he's laying down on the seat out front and has his hat down over his face. Hands sort of interlaced over his belly, legs crossed jauntily.
Would you let me send a kind of translucent pink and purple butterfly to land on his hands? Like, sort of made of magic?
No, because Mark is going to connect with him telepathically. Mark, you are 100% aware. I think you can't, see him, but, you sense exactly where he is. At some position on one of the floating islands in the sky, and you can tell that he is at rest.
Sorry to disturb you, but would you care to help us with a little bit of transport across these lands this evening, Mr. Coachman?
Roll manipulate someone.
I rolled a 7.
Well, the very first thing, the sense you get back from him, doesn't come in proper words. He's not moving, nor even sitting up, nor I think even opening his eyes. And you get a kind of sense of, I guess, uncertain confusion, sort of a expectant shrug.
Does he know of anything that's really going on with the Star King and everything like that?
Likely. Well, maybe. I don't know. Hard to tell. My final answer is you don't know.
Question to the team real quick. Do you think I should reveal what we are trying to solve so that he may help us? Because I'm thinking, showing him this in an effort to show him what we're trying to obviously accomplish, and then to be
I don't know. Part of me is wondering, do we need him to really show us there? Because the biggest reason that we've worked with him in the past was to just actually get passage to the Sea Kingdom in the first place.
This is true.
Yeah. Maybe using him will also attract attention.
Agreed. Okay.
So I'm kind of wondering, because Jonny, I can't remember, but when Kira was here before and she had run into Roger Sand, could she try to retrace her steps to where that was? Or I remember her trying to use her life drain to see if she could sense any life energies at all. And I think you said I could sense something with Roger, but it wasn't quite life. It was something else. Could I see if I could pick up that energy again and kind of like a beacon, by using some sort of magic or something? Would that be possible?
What sort of I think so. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like using her life energy draining whatever shit. I don't know.
Whatever.
So use magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm honestly picturing all of us just sort of looking to Kira and following you and okay, where do we go? You're the one that seems to have the most knowledge and clarity on what to do.
11 for use magic.
Okay. Yeah, so basically we're leaving the coachman thing unresolved because the role mark was if you give him a very good reason to help you, he will help you. And until then, it is a bit of a trek, but you can sort of pinpoint the direction that the vibe you got from Roger is coming from.
Okay. Yeah, I think I kind of imagine Kira almost kind of meditating as she's trying to do this. It's literally she's trying to just sense the energies of others. And then I think she kind of is just it's that way. And it kind of points off. I think there's something over here.
Okay. And I think what I'm going to say to the coachman is, Understood. Have a good evening. And then I think I leave him alone.
I think Kira would start walking towards the direction that she could sense the energy of Roger.
Could you remind us and paint the picture, Jonny? What does the Sea Kingdom look like? Because I've always imagined we're like walking and like running through like sand. Like I get like SpongeBob vibes.
You're running through Bikini Bottom.
Not exactly.
I was thinking more like Pirates of the Caribbean, like the one with the dead pirates or whatever.
Yeah,
like with the
more
Davy
sense.
Jones, like barnacles and like
Davy
a
Jones
bunch of
walker.
sand. But
Yeah.
tell us what you see.
It's the dried out ocean floor. So it's like very well compacted sand. But yeah, there is probably like, cracks of broken shards of shells and the assorted fish skeleton here and there. And then, yeah, in all directions, it's just like basically like somebody shut off all the lights that there are. So you can like see kind of in front of you and a few, dozen feet ahead. But beyond that, it's just appears dark.
Theo's gonna slip her hand into Mark's hand and squeeze and say, "You could help us out a little bit."
Yeah.
Make a torch.
I think what I'm gonna do. Can I take Mark's telepathy connection hotline thing, Skynet? And would I be? Well, no, it wouldn't work through Skynet because that's only vocal.
Not necessarily. What are you trying to do?
So, in the same way that I can get into people's minds and see through their eyes, is it possible to direct my night vision that I have here through everybody else's?
Yeah, you did it in the sky.
That's right. When?
When you first went to the sky and everyone else saw the dishwater smoke, but you saw the sky as it was because you're a fucking prince.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna roll magic. That's a 13.
Yeah, it is pretty trippy, but like you can see these two images of everything you're looking at sort of struggle to sync up and then eventually like lock into place. That you can see everything as it is, and then you can see a kind of like sort of night vision projection / outline of much, much more. So with that, I think you can kind of see I like the idea of it looking a bit like, I don't know, I don't have a good example of this, but like it's like contour mapping.
Yeah, it's almost like thermal vision, only everything is like outlined instead of...
Yeah, and so you can see the edges of distant landscapes and sort of horizontal lines grading out.
In kind of a 1980s kind of look.
Yeah.
Tron.
It gives me like echolocation vibes.
Sure. So yeah, that.
Does that work? Can you guys see?
Yeah, that works. Thanks, Mark.
Not what I was expecting, but yeah.
Well, Mark is anything but what you would expect. And I think he just smiles.
Yeah, Kira's gonna continue walking forward. I think she like completely zoned out, or not zoned out, but like completely focused on like that. I kind of imagine like Anna walking behind, like maybe in like step with Tommy. How you doing?
Concerned.
Oh yeah? What just seems like an average Tuesday for us.
He shoots you a like mock angry look.
Yeah.
Worried about, prophecies. He's sort of looking up and off into the distance in all directions.
Any particular ones?
Just the one that says that something alive isn't supposed to be here.
Yeah. I feel like that was the Star King's whole thing. He didn't like anybody being here. So probably wise to be a little cautious, but...
So then cautious. That's how I'm doing.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, cautiously terrified.
So, like the experience of hanging out with a new partner's family? This is a little bit that, but backwards, where it's a partner's new family. So yeah, you're like, I'm scared too. Okay.
I don't know what Ivana would really say more than that, but I think she kind of wanted to just check in on Tommy because I feel like Kira gets like so like focus mode and like Anna's kind of just doing her Anna thing and she's like, I want to make sure everybody's okay. But I think she kind of just goes quiet after that. Well, if you need me to like throw a good punch or shoot something, I've got your back. I hope you know that, Tommy.
Yeah. And same to you, totally. Claws and...
Yeah, and I mean, I think Anna kind of like nudges her head towards Kira, who's like leading the pack, and is like, and we gotta keep a lookout for our girl.
I want him to do some physical act of camaraderie, but I can't figure out what that would be. Yeah, he'd hold out his fist in some way.
It's like a fist bump.
Like kind of sideways. Yeah.
Oh man, you and my sister are a match made in heaven. And give you a fist bump. And then she'll kind of, I think, we'll walk back in. Walk next to Lowry.
And Ramsey's going to fall into step with you, Mark. Night sight instead of a torch. Clever. That'll make us harder to spot.
Thanks.
You're a hard one to pin down, Mark Clayton.
What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes you're an absolute tactical genius, and sometimes you are a goddamn buffoon.
Hey, that's my boyfriend you're talking about.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I think Mark looks to the side. I'm a tactical genius?
Sometimes.
I mean, you got me on buffoon every once in a while. I get it. But tactical genius?
Take it as a compliment, Clayton. Coming from Ramsey, it's pretty high praise. I can speak from personal experience.
I can speak for secondhand experience.
Okay. Well, thank you. I think.
You do need to work a little bit on your compliments, though, Ramsey. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I do.
Say something nice about Anna.
She'll walk a little bit further ahead.
Say something nice about me, boss.
Theo will manipulate someone.
10.
Anna, you have good hair.
Make sure you mean it.
You just told me I have good hair. Thanks.
She just looks forward and keeps walking.
Maybe someday she'll be proud of me.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Hey,
What?
I spy something white.
Ooh. Is it the clouds?
No.
Is it Ramsey's heart of ice?
No, but close.
Is it me?
No.
Ramsey, your eye.
Is it your own hair?
No, that's gray. Think lower.
Sand.
Yeah. Your turn.
Mark is trying to understand the game.
I spy something red.
Is it your lipstick?
No, I don't wear lipstick.
Oh.
That I can't see. That's not how this game works, Clayton.
No, like in your pocket. No, you guess you. Okay.
Not lipstick.
Is it the color of Donovan's face when he gets really, really mad?
No.
Mark's eyes?
No.
Well, they're orange.
There's red in there, Lowry.
Well, yeah, but like not holistically, I guess. I don't know.
A beating heart?
In the view of everyone? No. You have to see it, Theo.
Lowry throws a thumb back over his shoulder and goes, Grandpa Grumpy's wing?
Yeah. Got it.
All right,
Donovan
that was
harumphs.
good. All right, Lowry, it's your turn.
What? How come I gotta play?
Everybody's just doing this, and then Kira's just like, fucking shut up. I'm trying to focus.
Kira, roll act under pressure.
Mark looks back to Donovan's like, you gonna take that?
Theo is trying to explain the game to Mark.
Kira rolled a 12 advanced.
She's used to this shit.
She's played this game. She listens to the podcast.
Bunch of children.
While we're playing this game and following Kira, could I roll investigate a mystery on my bracelet?
Sure.
Is it a bracelet or a...
Bracer.
Yeah, I got a 7.
Okay. You can ask one question, but I might be kind of shitty about it.
What can it do?
You're going to have to be more specific.
What are the questions on investigative mysteries? Literally, what can it do? You got Johnny Grubb. Okay, so my mom said that it kept my great ancestor Theora safe. Can it do anything else?
I'm going to answer your first question. I have to decide how actually shitty to be. It can protect you from danger.
Pretty pretty.
Fucking ass.
What can it protect me from? Things.
Well, danger.
Okay.
Any chance I'm starting to hear music?
There's a very good chance that you are starting to hear music, in fact. No, it's a similarly plaintive dirge.
So yes. Okay, so Kira, I think, hears this and she's like, okay, stop playing I Spy. I hear something. I think we're getting close.
Anna and Theo start playing rock, paper, scissors.
Did you hear the ominous music? What do you hear? Oh, wait. I think I hear it too.
I think it's Roger Sand again. I heard him the first time.
Only Kira has met him, right? Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything that we should know about him? Or be prepared for?
He's not quite alive, not quite dead. He's plays music and he knows quite a bit about the Sea Kingdom.
I thought nothing lives in the sea.
Well, he's not quite alive. He's here. He's kind of an elegist. I don't understand exactly what he is, but he knows the history of the Sea Kingdom and how it fell. That's what I heard about him singing about the first time that I was here. And he was the one that suggested I find the eye, that we find the Allseer, which is how we decided we need to find the other eye.
Did we ever figure out who the Allseer is?
It's Theo.
Okay.
It's you, bud.
Fuck. As we, I am guessing, approach this person, Roger, Theo's gonna cast Glamour on herself and try and hide her eye and gray hand.
Roll it. Also describe for me the approach. Are you just walking on up?
I think so. I mean, I don't know if we really need to be stealthy because we're just trying to talk with him.
Kind of just following Kira's lead. She's the one that has dealt with him the most. 10. So everything is as I say.
Okay.
I think as we're kind of getting a little closer, as soon as she maybe sees him within eye shot, Kira might actually kind of call out to him and be like, Mr. Sand.
His playing slows and then stops. I want to describe him for the rest of you who haven't seen him before. He's a man sitting in a chair, like a big, tall-backed, busted old chair. And he's slouched over a guitar which he is playing, and that's kind of being brushed by the edge of his very long, dark hair and his very long, dark beard.
What kind of guitar? What does it look like? What color is it?
Old, small, sort of a very dark mahogany type wood. And then, he kind of appears to be dressed like a shipwrecked old sailor. His linen pants, and in one side is tied off with string. The other side hangs loose and torn. And then his dark hair hangs mostly in front of his face and eyes. And then his playing, will slow and then ultimately stop. And he'll the only verb I'm getting is he shuffles his fuzzy head towards you.
Mm-hmm.
You're still a ways away, and he just kind of holds out a hand and beckons you all towards him.
It's Kira Ashwood. We spoke through Preston Lariat. Does that ring any bells?
I've been expecting you.
Well, we came to follow up on the advice he gave us.
And what are your intentions here? I must apologize, I've nothing to offer you.
Well, we were hoping you could help us find the other eye.
I think his mouth spreads unmistakably into a wide, almost mischievous grin, scans the group of you. I can help.
Perfect. Do you know where the eye is?
Aye.
Great. Where might that be?
How am I to know it's you who could be trusted? There's only one eye. Well, there's only one second eye.
I mean, what can we do to prove to you that we can be trusted? There's some plays that have been set into motion by the Star King. He wants to see this whole place go under. We want to make sure that doesn't happen. That the thing that happened here, I think Kira gestures around to the Sea Kingdom, can't happen to the rest of there. Given what this place is, what its true purpose is, we wouldn't want the wall to fall.
And you'll do what it takes to stop him?
I think Kira looks at Theo. To stop him from destroying this place, yes.
Roger also turns to look at Theo. You there, lassie with the bracelet.
Me?
Come closer.
Theo will take a step forward. I feel like she slowly or nervously unravels her hand from Mark's and takes a step forward.
Roger will take his guitar and set it down next to the chair, but even the light set will rumble the ground. And he'll lean it against the back of the chair and lean forward and goes, "You'll have to forgive me. A bit closer." And then he pushes his hair back from his face and goes, "My eyesight's not what it was." One of his eyes is fully missing, and the socket actually hangs open a bit unsettlingly. His other eye looks exactly like yours, Theo, the one you put in there.
Oh, how about that?
I think Theo looks nervously to Kira, can this guy be trusted?
I think she kind of gestures I don't know, but he's kind of all we have right now.
Okay, Theo's gonna, I think, step up to next to Kira.
Yep.
Maybe just still like a little behind her, but there.
Roger,
He'll let his hair flutter back in front of his face.
this is, y'all's here.
The princess, you mean?
One of the same.
Well, isn't this just a knotted little tapestry? Another fine mess woven for us by our grey friend. And you, he nods to Mark, you've an odd kind of fire in you.
You could say that.
How's he not making a move for you?
I have ties to a different place.
Ties forged can be broken, as I'm sure our little princess is hoping for. The prince can you fight a king? It's not done.
Well, some ties are stronger than others. And at this point, the only thing that matters right now is fixing the situation.
You can be assured that we do not want this place to fall. That would be very bad for not only this place, but for all of us on the other side. If you know anything about humans, it's that they have an uncanny sense of self-preservation.
And yet every last one of you will die.
So my question to you is, which side do you stand on? The side that saves this place?
He'll lean back and he goes, I stand where I've always stood. I stand with the sea.
Who exactly are you, Roger?
I'll manipulate someone.
10.
When this place was a place, there was a time when they called me Endregoras. When this place had a kingdom, I used to be its king.
And you're not anymore? But you're here. Is it just because the kingdom is gone that you don't have your powers anymore, or what happened?
We'll investigate a mystery.
By the way, this is the thing that I've known for a while. Roger Sand is an anagram for Endregoras. 12 advanced moves.
Fuck.
Could Theo use her third eye?
Sure. Roll a read about situation.
Can I ask a question before you answer hers?
I don't know, Mark. Can I?
What is it that you fear the most right now? I mean, you're surrounded by what's left of. What do you fear as a king, now and here?
But I am not a king.
He's lost his will.
And my kingdom, and my crown, and my princes, and my bloody eye. I fear that it'll all end before that little rat bastard gets his.
So I rolled advanced move.
So ask your questions.
What happened here? I mean, I kind of know parts of it, but what? I want to know more.
There was a war. You know that in our place, there's a sort of transfer of power meant to happen from great king to great king. The age of the sea was long and prosperous, and I liked it. I liked it that way. So when the stars came from one of my crowns, I kept it, and there was a war. And into that war stumbled a man. Just a man with a head full of fire. And brave little Star King turned and he ran. But that little man with a head full of fire couldn't he be stamped out? Burned and he burned till the seas dried up. There was naught left of my kingdom but ash and bone. Oh, they sealed up their little throne rooms fine. It suited them that I lose not just my great crown, but my sea crown, all of my princes, all of my people, all of my power. And they sent me a guard dog to keep folk like you from coming and learning.
What is he talking about, guard dog?
The Reaper.
Ah.
Next question.
So Theo rolled a 10 on third eye, so she gets 4 questions.
So I have this dialogue of questions I'm about to ask.
I'll raise you your question and for another 4 questions. The other question that Kira would ask, is there a way to restore the kingdom? How would one do that?
I suppose the way it was created in the first place, with immense power and a great will, bind together and crown a king.
Okay. Kira's gears are turning in her head. And then since it was advanced move, is there an extra piece of information that you will give me, please? Please and thank you.
You know what? The free piece of information I'll give you is that he knows where
Thugamon is?
Thugamon and the Princeling are.
Okay. Where would that be?
There's a network of caves where I think basically they are now where you had fought Oscar before.
And that's where the little family is.
Well, it's where Thugaman and the Princeling are.
Okay, so Thugaman, Princeling, which again, the Princeling was like...
Homunculus?
Yes, thank you. That was what I was trying to say. It was like the thing that Anna kind of spell did, but
Yeah.
Wrong.
Sort of like that. Yeah, a hulking, simple mass.
Okay, that's my questions. Next.
Theo, you get 4 fucking questions.
What is the biggest threat we should be aware of with Thugaman?
The same thing that would be after you would be after him.
The Reaper.
Yep,
So the Reaper would be after him?
he's alive.
I'm kind of wondering specifically with Roger Sands, aka Endregoras, what danger we haven't noticed.
Like, what danger haven't you noticed from him?
Yeah, like I'm kind of trying to get a read on him, like how trustworthy he is.
I think you can tell that he hasn't really lied to you, but as far as trustworthiness, I don't think...
It's not really a sense motive role.
Yeah, I think the way I'm actually going to answer that is to remind you of when he put down his guitar. He does not have the powers of a king anymore, but he is still immensely strong and likely fast.
Wonder if you could aid us.
I want to know what makes him dead or alive. Like, why is half of him still alive?
Why is he Schrodinger's Endregoras?
Sure.
I will say the same thing. There's the reason he has not moved from this chair. There is something buried very deep indeed beneath him.
Is it his will?
It is his heart.
Ah, Davy Jones vibes.
I'm pretty sure that Theo and us have heard every single king's side of the story about what happened, the war, etc.
Have we heard Rose?
I thought she had said to like Mark.
I don't know if we have.
Okay, I've heard maybe most of the
I've heard at least 2/3 of the sides of the
I
story.
don't know. From like,
I want the eye so we
I'm
can get the
really-
real story.
I'm really afraid that you're going to tell me that this is a question for me, but I'm wondering, after definitely hearing the Star King's side of the story, and then now the Sea King's side of the story, which to me seems like it kind of confirms that the Sea King's a fucking ass. He chose to just hang on to this crown instead of handing it over, tradition and how it's supposed to go. He's the war started in the sea. I guess I'm kind of asking, like, is this a correct gut check? Like,
That's a question.
I don't know. It's a read a bad situation roll, so
Let me gently rephrase your question, by which I mean largely quote it, but condense it. After hearing the Grey Hand side of the story and Endregoras' side of the story, the Sea King is an ass, right?
No, it's do I feel right thinking that he's an ass?
okay. Let me rephrase the question. How can Theo get to his heart?
Let me rephrase the question by asking a completely different question.
Well, the way that Jonny's responding, it doesn't feel like he's going to answer, and it feels more of a, sounds like a you question.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, do I like the Sea King? Check yes or no.
The answer is going to be that they all have their own agendas and vendettas, and like he had his motives, the Star King had his motives.
Search your heart. You know it to be true.
Yeah.
Search his heart. But you gotta find, it's gotta be your bull.
I want his heart. How can I get it?
I mean, dig. It would be incredibly risky to do so, but you could see if Mark could do it.
We've been down that path previously.
I almost suffocated.
Yeah.
There's, of anybody here, Ramsey might have something she could do, but it'd be a long shot.
I was going to say, I mean, Anna might have something in her book that could help. A spell.
Yeah. The last thing is because I use the third eye. Do I see anything invisible?
Well, you saw the heart. I'm trying to decide, but I think invisible, shackles and chains around his ankles.
Okay. Mark, did you have things you wanted to follow up with? Otherwise, Theo might say something.
What's your next move? Sit here for all eternity?
You are my next move.
Look, Endregoras, you told us that the Allseer could see the truth of things, but unless we can, I'm going to have to apologize here, unless we can borrow your other eye, I don't think that's going to be possible.
There's no borrowing it, girl. And he turns to look at you, Theo. You're going to have to take it.
Hold on.
Why bring us here?
No, hold on. Why? I mean, our goals are the same. We want this to be fixed.
Our goals are not the same. He started this war. The war started in the sea.
He wants this to be fixed.
He wants to be king of there.
He slams down his guitar, rumbling everything. I want to know that the one who'll take my eye has what it takes to do what has to be done. If you're strong enough for this, then prove it.
In some high school fighting match? The fuck is that about?
I think Kira just starts like shouting at Endregoras, and she's like, "Have all of you fucking kings forgotten your responsibilities? Your fucking duty? Your petty grievances with each other? It's stupid! You were supposed to protect the kingdoms, all of them, not just your own. Instead, you coveted it like some piece of treasure. You forgot your duty, and the Star King has forgotten his. This is above either of your own egos."
And it will destroy everything if it doesn't get solved. So our priorities are straight.
It's not about ego anymore. King of the Sea is dead. It's about power.
Until someone actually stands up and fixes it. So you're either gonna fix it or you're just gonna pout about it.
So fix it!
So help us.
He pulls back his hair, revealing his one dead eye and his one empty eye. If you want the power so bad, take it for yourself. Show me you can use it. Show me you can wield it.
Show me you can put your ego aside and help everyone.
He's not capable of that.
Kira's gonna, I think, reach out and fucking try to just snatch the eye from his face.
You will find that when your flesh makes contact with his, stone so cold that it burns.
I think Kira will, so unconsciously, her hand will start to burn with the power, Ember's power, and try to like kind of counteract that cold. See if she can wrest it from his fucking skull.
Are you sure?
Don't say that.
When he feels the heat. So if you can't have it, no one can.
Give us the eye. That's what you want us to do, right? You want us to take the power from you? Because you have no will left of your own?
I want it to be taken by the one with the power to wield it. If it's not you, check the rest of your retinue. Step up to the line.
I think Kira just gestures and she's like, "Go ahead, Theo."
Jonny, I'd like to use magic.
To do what?
Can I use my entropy magic to stop making the sand be sand and turn it into glass? That, like, gives me a slide down to his heart?
That's not what entropy does.
Okay, just kidding. I'm just gonna use a giant force blast and blast into the sand.
Roll use magic.
That is a 12 advance move.
Okay. You fire a giant force blast straight down.
Am I able to aim it at the heart?
Well,
or what?
Wait.
Is destroying his heart, though, like, would that destroy the kingdom permanently?
I was gonna say that also may...
Or would that just kill him?
You fire a giant force blast straight down, and there is a huge explosion and cloud of sand. Theo, you basically find yourself standing 1.5 feet lower than everybody else. And Roger rears back and cackles and slaps his knee. Oh, you too deep a hole you think you'll dig your way out?
Can I go into his mind and sever the connections?
The connections of his mind? Here's what I want you to do, Mark, because I'm not going to let you stop having that idea. Roll plus weird.
That would be a 7.
So here's what happens to you, Mark. You reach out and make a kind of connection to him. I don't remember if you said whether the Mark phone was still up or not, but I will tell you that it is now not, because you are not standing where you had been before. You are inside a sea in a storm, and you are being pulled up into the air and dunked under the water, and there is so much chaos and motion and movement.
I'm gonna close my eyes and gauge the energy level of all of this.
You can't do any of that for a little while. That's what your glitch is. You are
Okay.
fully overwhelmed. You are like, you don't remember anymore that you've projected yourself mentally someplace. You think you've just been thrown into this thing, and you are like being slammed into, I don't know, walls, buildings, hard to tell, rocks. You're just being tossed about, totally adrift in some huge place.
Chaos place.
Endregoras leans a bit closer towards you, Theo, and is like, you see? This was the test. And you're not passing it, lassie.
Can I roll use magic?
To do what? Sure.
I want to use my astral vision rote.
Okay.
Okay, so I rolled a 10. I guess, can I look into the future of how this battle? I mean, I guess that depends on fucking us. But, like, I just want...
What do you want to know about the future, Theo? With a 10, because I can sense you're overwhelmed by this, I can just tell you something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because as you're looking into the future, sort of scrambling about for something to hang on to, something to stop what you think is coming, I can tell you what you don't see.
Yeah, I feel like Theo's just like scrambling to find like what's right and what's wrong and like what to do. Yeah.
I can tell you what you don't see. In none of the threads coming off of this moment do you see a fight with Endregoras. That's not what this is.
He wants you to like seize the power. I think it's like literally like a sword of the stone situation.
And I think the other thing that I want to point out that's like happening as you are doing that and trying to do this thinking of focusing on how to get down to the heart and throwing this ball of force, the rest of you will notice that her glamour is coming unraveled and her eye goes glassy gray and the color all drains from her right hand. And I just want to point that out, that happened. While this whole conversation is happening, there's sand falling down like rain.
Like from what he's saying, like none of us are worthy to take it except for you. It's like literally you're the only one that's capable of doing it.
Cut to Mark listening to Surfing USA as he gets thrown around in the...
Oh my god. No, it's Rock Lobster. Theo's gonna, I think, put her hands on like this little like ledge or whatever and hoist herself up.
Real quick, Mark, it doesn't stop being super chaotic and painful and horrifying, but it does stop being confusing and overwhelming.
I'm bored but terrified.
And you like sort of straighten yourself, you realize that you're in an astral place, so you kind of like float up above all of this danger. And the like roiling sea as you get higher is in the waves as they're kind of rolling and crashing, you can see the contours of an enormous anguished face.
Like coming out of the water?
Like formed of the water.
Oh. Okay.
And it's like drifting with just wreckage of homes and sinking stone and dashed ships and living figures clinging to driftwood and being swallowed.
Can I do anything?
You can try to do things. You're inside the mind of a
God.
of a rueful god.
Can I try to, because I'm enveloped in it right now, grasp onto some of this energy that is around me and use lay on hands?
Yeah, roll plus weird.
I don't even know if you can see it. Double sixes.
Nice.
I want to describe exactly what you see and what happens in a moment, because I want the next two things that I assume are happening to happen at the same time. Theo, you climb your way out of this little hole you built, walk towards him, and you can see a lot of the confrontational anger has gone out of his face, and he's kind of just looking at you, I would say, directly, but placidly, I guess. What do you do?
Also, it's called soothe, not lay on hands. Sorry.
I figured that's what you were doing,
Yeah.
so I decided that was what happened.
Okay,
so
cool.
We'll talk about it.
Yep, that's fine.
We'll talk about it soon.
I think Theo like just reaches out her hand, like has it open in front of him, waiting. And I think like she's finally meeting his eye, and I feel like he sees just like a storm of her own in it. Just like frustration, confusion, fear, but just like, and tired, and almost like resignation or like resigned.
That sounds right. And then
I don't know. I just imagine Theo just holding her hand out, just waiting and just dead staring at him. This isn't going to be a fight.
no, it isn't. I think Mark inside, you can see the waves calm, not entirely. Like it's still a storm, but it's like no longer a perfect storm. And it would need to be because sort of the eyes and facial expressions are being formed out of the shadows in these huge waves. The face in the water seems to turn its attention to you. And then this voice will boom throughout the entire place. But it's almost polite and soothing. I don't know why this is what he says, but this is what he says. Such a powerful will and such magnificent wings. with that, going to be able to reclaim at least awareness of your body and surroundings. And you can see there is a hole in the ground, or a little divot in the ground, not wide and a couple of feet deep. And then standing on the other side of it from you is Theo, and she has her hand reaching towards Roger's face. Theo, you're going to have to do it.
I think Anna might look at Theo, kind of like gives you like a nod, like it's okay. You can do it. It's your power, Theo. Take it.
Theo's going to surround her hand in magical force. Just like lash out and grab his eye.
You will feel the magical force like crash and blunt itself against his face, but your fingers will pass through uninterrupted and pluck out his eye. I think he does yelp in sort of pain and something approaching surprise, I suppose, and he rears his head back and then slumps a bit forward. All the tension of the moment just like drains and leaves this odd stillness. The eye in your hand, Theo, isn't like, it's not gross and gruesome and visceral like you expected it to be. It's like you are holding a polished and precious jewel. It looks much like your own eye, with a sort of entirely white sphere and then just the kind of faint grayish iris shape right in the center. And you can see that shape no matter what direction you look at the eye from.
So it like tracks you?
I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's not really there.
Okay.
The iris part. Well then, a hoarse and exhausted voice comes from underneath a long and straggly beard. I'm glad to see you've found your salt.
For the record, I haven't broken any ties. And Theo will slam the eye into hers.
Cool. Yeah, that's going to be like a anime kind of moment, because when you shove that in, there will be like a thunderclap and just like this at once like outpouring and absorbing of some kind of odd energy. Well, Theo, roll act under pressure.
Is it still like not scream and freak the fuck out and shit?
I don't have to tell you that.
Well, no, because she has a move that does, right? Don't you have that one move?
Well, I was gonna ask if it is for such a thing, like I'm choosing to automatically fail it.
You shove this eye in your face. Your head is thrown back. Every muscle in your entire body goes tense as you are emanating and absorbing some kind of energy. And then you crumple to the ground, unconscious.
Kira, like, reflexively kind of like goes and kind of like picks up like her head and is kind of cradling it against her. Theo, you okay?
She doesn't answer. She'll weaken a bit. Endregoras puts both palms on his thighs and leans forward, brings himself to his feet, shakes something off of both of his calves.
And he's just completely eyeless right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he goes, but you'll not want to stay here too long.
Why? Your guard dog coming for us?
That'll have sent up a beacon, and you're a bit too alive for this place.
Is there anything that distracts that thing?
That's a good question. Blood. Fresh blood.
Okay. Wonderful.
He is going to walk over to his guitar, grab it by the neck, and swing it at his chair, smashing the both of them, revealing underneath the body of this guitar, compact, double-bladed axe, which he hefts over his shoulder and turns towards you. I'll buy you whatever time I can, but you'll want to find shelter. And he turns away from you guys and starts walking. And you hear, far away in the distance, an implacably inhuman, eager, hungry screeching. Executive producer Jonny Grubb. This has been The Monsters Playbook, featuring
Detjen-Wander as Mark Clayton.
Lauren Johnson as Anna and Kira Ashwood.
Miah Detjen-Wander as Theo Nessos.
and Jonny Grubb as literally everybody else. The Monsters Playbook is produced and engineered by Miah Detjen-Wander and edited by Miah Detjen-Wander and Lauren Johnson. Our theme song is by me, Jonny Grubb. If you liked this episode, please tell a friend. We love friends. And if you just can't get enough of the Monsters Playbook, join us on Patreon. We have bonus episodes, exclusive merch, and patron-only mini-series and side stories. Or join us on Discord, where we pretty much just hang out. We're also on social media, obviously, so you can get updates on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Blue Sky. We'll see you next episode where, as always, I'll have some good news and some bad news. Thanks for listening. If you're strong enough for this, then prove it.
In some high school fighting match? The fuck is that about?
What is high school? No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that.